gather round the table with dice in hand. Dave the Dungeon Master leads our band. Urizura swings her axe with might and glee. Leorah sings songs wild and free. Dave and friends in an epic quest. Rolling high, we bring out our best. Full of jokes and laughs, we fight with daggers and staffs. Never what you'd expect, it's Adventure Select. Saoirse sneaks through shadows with silent grace. Pietro's spells fly swift in the chase. Durin's drunken charm is a welcome delight. Dave's world comes alive every other Saturday night. Dave and friends in an epic quest. Rolling high, we bring out our best. Full of jokes and laughs, we fight with daggers and staffs. Never what you'd expect, it's Adventure Select. Unrolled, the story's begun. Battles fought till the morning sun. Friendship forged in our shared dreams. Brought to you with our bi-weekly streams. Monsters lurking, treasure to find. Plot twists unravel in our minds. Victory sweet when we face the beast. Dave's the master of our mighty feast. Dave and friends in an epic quest. Rolling high, we bring out our best. Full of jokes and laughs, we fight with daggers and staffs. Never what you'd expect, it's Adventure Select. Never what you'd expect. Never what you'd expect. Never what you'd expect, it's Adventure Select. Adventure Select.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, trans and NB friends, the time has come for adventure. And Dungeons & Dragons, where we are putting aside our controllers and playing with dice. And words. And also, I'm here with my friends who are...
I don't know about you. I'm controlling this all with my PlayStation controller. No?
Oh.
I thought you were going to say your brain for a second.
I thought you were going to say
I
something
was
very
brain.
inappropriate.
Technically, there's a couple steps in between.
Yeah.
But we are back for more Adventure Select. Where?
God help us all.
I mean, wow. I feel wounded in my DM heart. That was a crit 20 to the emotions.
That's the response you want from a player.
Is it?
Yeah.
God help us all?
Yeah, we're gonna run into some more fucking horrible Kool-Aid Man abomination things this time or something that's gonna like rip up through the floor in the middle of my match or something.
I have to make some notes. Hold on, no, I'm kidding.
I was going to say, and now you just gave Dave a really good idea.
Ominous silence there.
It's like, I wasn't initially planning on having
how did
the
you
entire
mention
audience turn into horrible zombie beasts and
Look.
rush the arena, but now
What?
When in doubt, ninjas kick in the door. Or someone kicks in the door and starts shooting. I think that's what it is.
instead of rocks falling and everyone dying, the rocks turn into horrible beasties.
He pulls out his gun.
Oh no!
But we will get to our recap of what happened last time in just a moment. But for now, Mal, what's the D&D drink of the night?
All right, so I figured since Urizura is going to be getting her fight time on, I would craft a drink in honor of her, and I thought to myself, she's a barbarian, right? No, turns out she's a fighter. But I was like, no, she acts like a barbarian, so that's
She
good
does
enough.
act like a barbarian. It's true.
Always the fighting.
She's got very low intelligence.
Yes.
The same intelligence that your character has.
Yeah, we don't do the smarts good.
Anyway, go ahead.
So from the Dungeon Meister, Drink Master's Guide, I have gone ahead and mixed up a Barbarian Rage, which I will deeply regret tomorrow morning.
Okay. What is in a Barbarian Rage?
It has keep in mind, all of these ingredients are an ounce each.
Okay.
spiced rum, amaretto, tequila, vodka, gin, blue curacao, light rum, black raspberry liqueur, melon liqueur, coconut rum.
So you're drinking like 16 ounces of pure alcohol?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I forgot gin. No, I did say gin. Did I say gin?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Gin's in
1,
there.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ounces of pure alcohol.
Well,
And
wow.
What are you cutting it with?
It's supposed to have 8 ounces of energy drink. I don't have a glass big enough for that, so I'm adding the energy drink as I go.
Oh my god.
So you're drinking the rocket fuel up front, and then it'll slowly, well, it'll slowly get less rocket fuel as you go, but then it's going to get more energy drink. So
what you're saying is
the depressant nature of the alcohol will kick in, and then you'll fucking Four Loko yourself with all the caffeine from the energy drink.
oh, my heartbeat is slowing. No, it's not.
I had a friend who would drink. Well, I'd say friend. It was like an acquaintance. He used to drink like 2 Four Lokos at a time.
Ah,
God.
at a time?
Oh.
Yes.
8 Loco?
Mm.
Yeah.
How?
He would do an 8 Loko.
How?
We also had a
No.
guy who was like bragged about getting drunk on Zima. So
What? But
Yeah,
it's like 0.5.
it's like 2%. Yes. No, he would brag about getting wasted on Zima.
That's not something to be proud of, I guess.
That is
No, it's not. We would laugh at him for it.
That is some white people shit.
That's like saying,
It
man,
really is.
man, I drank a natty ice and God, I was so drunk. And it's like, really? Are you sure?
That is almost the cartoon level of how much of a lightweight you are. It's like, oh, no, you shouldn't give them any alcohol. They're a lightweight. Oh, it's just like water.
the,
and then they
that-
drink
that's
it, and they're 4 sheets to the wind.
No, it's that scene from Back to the Future 3.
Or he
Where
drinks
Doc
a
has
shot
the
and just
The
done.
one shot of whiskey and it knocks him out.
Like,
God.
no, I can't do any mouthwash tonight. I'm driving.
Could you imagine if someone gave Leorah like a human-sized shot of whiskey?
Oh God.
Yeah, it'd probably be fine.
Well, it'd be like 2 shots or 3 shots for a halfling or something.
It would be like Pietro's mug, probably. That
You know
equivalent.
how big she is? Yeah, like an
She's like
appropriately
what, like 3
sized
feet
shot.
tall? 3.5?
3.
3? Okay, yeah. So she's extra short.
So she's
Mhm.
just slightly taller than Elene in real life.
Oh, you can go.
I saw that shit-eating grin on your face right before you started talking, and I was like, I know exactly what Dave's about to. Yep.
I
I hope you enjoy the couch.
Ooh.
And this man who knows he's made a mistake.
it probably would be that uncomfortable, really. Yeah,
It's not.
It would smell like cat poop though, because the litter boxes are in that room.
Because the litter box
Oh,
is
no.
like right next to it, not because they poop on the couch.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
that's
don't
an
think
important distinction to
That
make.
is
I
a
don't think
very
I've
important
ever
distinction to make.
I don't think I've ever smelled my cat's litter box.
You lucky bastard. Anyway, um,
I use like the extreme Febreze kitty litter.
we have like a self-cleaning litter box, which is delightful, but also tantalizing for cats to watch when it turns on. They're just like,
Stare at it.
What is this sorcery?
Luna
What are
has
you
figured
doing
out
with
how
all
to
of my
turn it
poop?
on,
Yeah, Luna's
She's
figured
figured
out
out how
that
to
she
turn
can
it
push a
on.
button to make it actually activate.
and she'll just
So-
watch it and then turn
Amazing.
it on.
Now,
and
does
watch
she
it.
use the restroom and then press it, or does she just randomly go up and press it
Just
for the
randomly
sake of
press the
pressing?
button.
A little bit of
Okay.
both, I think.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Anyway, moving on
And
from
And
talks
she's
of
the smart one.
moving on from talks of drinks and cat poop. Let's talk about
Which is a hell of a combo.
Yep.
yeah. Don't do that drink. You'll
You
let's
will
talk
literally
about what
die.
happened last time in Adventure Select. As you know, as you can hear, I should say, Elene is back with us today. So
Hi.
Leorah is not in the
Yay.
scene yet, but we will make sure that that works. So That's
Come
fucking-
crashing
sure? With
through
how-
the ceiling.
With how short she
Be
is, I'm
proud.
sure she could have snuck up on us very easily.
She's
So-
actually on Urizura's back right now.
So, last time we played, after a successful heist of a extremely fancy pirate hat, Leorah ran off into the city, disappeared from view, and everybody else was like, I guess that's just what she's doing. So you moved on and eventually received a note that she had taken suddenly ill and would be joining later. But in the meantime, you decided to go investigate Harney's apartment in the city, where you found an apartment in a state of disarray, where things were thrown about or scattered or trashed, you might say. You found some notes saying that Harney owed a lot of money to a lot of different people, and a small box containing a grand total of 51 gold pieces. But no other information about what might have happened to him. Left with no other options, you decided to head back to the Torn Banner and get some sleep, so that you could go and be at full energy to investigate the fight ring where Harney was last seen. You made your way there, and to find that it was quite packed, and everybody was well in the mood. A fight was actually getting started as you entered between Witchface and another person whose name I don't remember at the moment.
Write those down.
I should. And the fight got everybody riled up, while Pietro was drawn to the sight of a noble on the other side of the arena and introduced himself to this fanciful gentleman who said with disdain that his name is Cathis Orlinde, the noble that Dysnomia told you might be of interest in spreading chaos. Cathis had no interest in talking to a lower noble, but did tell you about the amateur hour fight coming up, which then prompted Urizura to buzz with excitement so loudly that she may have discovered a new frequency of energy. Pietro then decided to sign her up. You got the instructions, but Urizura has an advantage of being a giant Goliath. And so it's a 3-on-1 fight between Urizura, the Silver Flash, Hugo, and Pickaxe. As things got started and everybody stripped off their
but-
shirts, including
but Dave-
Urizura, who had to put one
Yeah.
back on. Yes?
Dave, you forgot Urizura's fight name.
Firemane.
There you
And
go.
Urizura stripped off her shirt and was told to put it back on.
Unfair. Just unfair.
And
It wraps up around your chest.
as the announcer got everybody all riled up for this 3-on-1 fight, we now tune in to find out what will happen.
This time on Adventure Select.
So,
What
All
are
right.
you doing, Cat?
So, the announcer looks back and forth between the two of you. I'm sorry, the four of you. Firemane on one side, the Silver Flash, Hugo, and Pickaxe on the other side. He's like, land, ready, and fight! Urizura immediately, based on a roll that Tyler made at the end of last session, immediately comes flying out of her corner of the ring, launches a punch directly at the Silver Flash, and it looks like, for everybody that's watching in the audience, that her hand catches on fire as she flings it through the air, catches the Silver Flash right under the chin, and there is a loud audible crack over the roar of the crowd as he goes flying out of the ring. Launched.
Sure you can!
Launched.
Please tell me she screams that.
No.
Or no, that would be copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Has to be something else.
Yeah. Anyway.
The pipes are broken! And the Silver Flash goes flying backwards, lands outside the ring, partially outside the ring. You punched him, but it wasn't super hard. and he is grabbed and pulled out so that everybody is aware that he is immediately done. And now I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
You got it. Cat, I need
really
you to not
wish she
eat my
had-
dice, please.
I really wish she had screamed, "Shoryuken!"
I mean, she could probably have
Or-
screamed something
All right.
that's like a
or
in
Yoga
Goblin.
Fist!
This die is going in the fuck off bag. Where's my bag? Jesus Christ.
What did you roll?
Not good.
No, I didn't roll very good either.
The fact that Dave immediately put it in the fuck off bag is just...
Oh, do you need a timeout chair?
For your dice.
Alright. Die is in the fuck off bag. Let's go.
Yep.
Alright. What did you roll?
A 2. Cat, stop eating my
Alright.
dice.
Alright.
I think they call that feline intervention.
The cat is like, you're paying attention to the dice and not me!
Okay. Alright, so
Leave my dice alone, you little dingus.
as Urizura uses her surprise action, where she was super tense to do this, to launch the Silver Flash out of the ring, Hugo steps up, goes boom boom, goes for an attack. Now remember, you don't have armor because you are not currently wearing armor.
Correct. But he also doesn't have armor, so...
Correct. 17.
To hit? Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll hit.
Alright. So Hugo comes up and he gets ready and he goes boom boom right in your face. You take 4 points of damage.
Don't chew on that.
Do you need to, like,
Weirdo.
put the cat in another room?
No, because he'll just sit there and scream and I can hear him.
Meow.
Alright.
There you
Meow,
go. 4
bitch.
damage.
Meow.
Alright. Pickaxe comes up and he gets into like a fighting stance that looks a little strange. But he actually is holding his action. He's holding back. So it is now your turn, Urizura.
Whoa, does he know Kung Fu?
He absolutely kung fu's.
Alright. Let's roll an attack.
Are you aiming for the head or the stomach?
Probably the stomach.
Okay.
Throwing a punch at the stomach, which will
Oh.
be a 16 to hit.
Hugo or the monk?
Let's roll a d4.
Who did you
On
hit?
Evens, well, I don't know. We'll see. On the evens, it's the monk. On the odds, it's the Hugo.
Okay.
Odds, it's Hugo.
Okay. So it's 16, you said?
Yep.
Okay. So you come in and you go boom with a punch right to the gut. Hugo, big man, he's got kind of a belly. And he takes the hit and goes, ugh. What's your strength modifier?
3.
Okay.
Well,
so
hold on, no, it's +2, but I do 3 unarmed strike damage or whatever.
yeah, because it's 1 plus.
1 plus that, so
Yeah.
3 damage.
Okay. So you move up to Hugo and you smash him right in the stomach with a big cross, and he goes, oh, and he takes a step back. You don't get an attack of opportunity because you are unarmed. But he is now out of engagement range. So, on his next turn, Hugo, still reeling from that stomach shot, so he's sitting there and he's breathing a little heavy. Keeps a step back. Pickaxe comes in. Gets ready, and he's like, okay. Steps in front of Hugo and goes to attack.
Okay.
That is going to be a 21.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'll
God.
hit.
Okay.
That's a monk.
For 5 points of damage.
Mhm.
And then, so he comes up and he steps in front of Hugo, like,
Mhm.
boom, right in the face. Comes back in,
Yep.
and as you're reeling from that, comes back in with another attack.
Is he flurrying of blows? Is
12?
12 does hit, yes.
And okay. All right. So he comes in, punches you in the face, crosses up and hits you right across the chin with his right. And then he goes to keep moving around and hit you with a backhand, like a spin around backhand, but he moves too quickly and turns around and ends up facing you again. So you take, that is 8 points of damage.
She's not wearing any armor, Vadlin. So.
All right, now it's your turn again. The monk,
right, well.
the pickaxe is right in your face. Hugo is behind him.
Cool. So I'm going to second wind.
Okay.
And I will regain 12 hit points.
Okay.
And then I will...
The rest of you are watching this fight, and the crowd is going nuts. Like, they are like, yeah, go pickaxe!
Alright. I will throw an attack at pickaxe.
Okay. Go for it.
That will be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, and I believe... I
head
can
or
do
stomach?
things- Well, hold on. I could just grapple him,
Mm-hmm.
or I could push him down.
Him scraps.
How far can you throw him, you think?
Well, I could grapple him and then move him 15 feet. If I wanted to. Or I could just punch him in the face. So, 3 damage for face punching. And then, I will use my action surge.
Okay.
Wait, nope, that's a bonus action, right? No, I can just do that. That's not a bonus action.
Yeah, action surge is just a thing you do.
Yeah. So I'll roll that and attack him again.
Okay.
That will be a 20. to
Dirty?
hit. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Yeah, and that also hits.
Yep, for another 3 damage.
Face or gut?
Probably fate. I'll go with the gut.
Okay. So
Actually, he's probably shorter than Hugo, so I'll go with the face. It's an easier target.
okay, so 2 shots to the face. So you come in and you're reeling from this flurry of blows, and you're like, all right, boom, boom. And you come in and take 2 shots at his face. Both of them hit, and Pickaxe takes both of them. No change in his expression. He's got a little blood coming out of the corner of his mouth now, but he just goes, takes a step back, steadies himself, moves back into melee range. Hugo is going to step around him and move in to attack you.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to... It's still an unarmed strike, but he's going to come in and he's going to try to kick you.
Okay. The pipes are broken!
That will be a 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's going to come in and he's going to kick you right in the stomach, which is pretty impressive considering how tall you are, but, you know,
Yep.
he's fat, but he's got the moves. So he
Right in
comes...
my chiseled abs.
Yeah. He comes in and he kicks you in the stomach. You may either take a 5-step back or
Yep.
a -1 in your next attack.
No, I'm taking 5 step back.
Okay. So you also take 4 damage.
4 Damagios. Okay.
All right. And then it is Pickaxe comes in, sees Hugo come in with the kick, quickly backhands him.
What, backhands Hugo?
Yes. Right in
I
the
thought
face.
this was 3-on-1, not
Yep. Don't worry.
I guess he's like, no feet.
Quickly backhands him. Hugo, right in the face, stunned. He's like, okay. Looks at Pickaxe, looks back at Urizura, and he's like, all right. And he takes a step back and keeps going. All right. Urizura, you're up.
Cool. I will move in and throw a punch at Hugo's face.
All right.
That'll be a 10.
A 10 misses. So you
Ah.
go in and get ready to punch, and Hugo, who's still reeling from the hit, is just stumbling back, and you're not expecting it. So you go to punch, and you end up overbearing yourself and stepping forward a bit too much. But you miss.
All right,
So-
that'll be it then.
All right, so Hugo is sitting there, and he's still kind of like, okay. And he's going to go in for the punch again. 14.
14 will hit.
Okay. He's going to come in, and he's going to go for your gut again. And he's going to come in with a punch, like an uppercut. Just boom, right in the stomach. And he's going to pop you for... Actually, I'm sorry. The way the way I decided this works for a fist fight is you can either be forced to take a 5-foot step back, but -1 damage, or -1 on your next attack, but -2 damage because it's a gut shot.
And I'll take the step back.
Okay, so you take 3 damage.
All right.
You notice that you're getting pretty close to the edge of the ring here. The crowd is cheering. Yeah!
Jump over him.
Do a flip.
Pickaxe is going to step up, but it isn't going to actually do anything. Just standing by.
Okay.
So it's your turn again.
All right. A 13 to hit Hugo in the face
Yep, that'll hit.
for another 3, and then I will pivot around him.
Okay. Make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Athletics check, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 22.
So, glad I changed out these dice, actually. So, Hugo takes the shot, boom, right in the face, staggers back and sees you going to move around him, and body blocks you.
When he beats a 22?
He beats a 22.
Damn. In that case, I will use my tactical mind, which lets me roll a d10 and add it to that ability check.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's an additional 6. So
Okay.
that'd be a 28.
Okay, so he sees you going in, and he goes to body block you, but you manage to get your arm on his shoulder and just push him aside, and get back towards the center of the ring. So now his back is towards the ring from where you were. You've basically swapped positions.
Right.
Okay. Hugo is going to grunt.
Grunt.
He's looking pretty bloody at this point. Like his face is a little messed up. He's breathing hard. This fight hasn't been going long, but you're hitting him real hard for a fist fight. And 10.
10 does not hit.
10 does not hit. So,
My armor class is 11,
there you go.
unarmored.
So he goes to deliver a shot and goes, whoom. But you have just settled into your position, so you're able to see it, and you go duck under it. Pickaxe is now behind you.
Pretty far to go under.
Yeah. Well, you
Anyway.
you duck
Fucking
and
limbo.
You bob
Right,
and
right.
weave.
Anyway.
Um,
Yep.
Pickaxe is now behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't do anything. You're up.
Okay.
Sounds like Pickaxe wants a one-on-one.
I'll throw an elbow back at Pickaxe's face for a 21 to hit
That hits.
for another 3 damage.
Okay. So, Pickaxe is sitting there in his fighting stance, just kind of like holding steady, and suddenly, boom, right in the face. Ah. He staggers back a little bit, but he's still good to go.
Okay. That's it for me.
All right. Hugo is going to come up to you, and he makes it look like he's going to throw a punch. And then instead of going for the punch, he tries to go for the grab. Like he tries to grab onto your shirt, which disadvantage,
Oh.
let's be honest.
You poor fool.
but when he grabs onto the shirt, he misses because you're taller than he was expecting, and he isn't able to actually get a hold on you.
Gotcha.
Pickaxe is going to reel back, and he's going to hold. So you're up again.
Very odd that he keeps holding and not attacking. Well, in that case, I will go ahead and focus on Hugo, who's... How close is he to the edge of the ring?
Probably about somewhere between 5 and 10 feet.
Alright, in that case, I will go ahead and throw a hit at him. It is a 16 to hit.
Head or gut?
Well, I'm going to attempt to grapple him, or no, I'm going to attempt to shove him with this one.
Okay, so 16 to hit, you said?
That is, well, so...
Well, it must succeed
Yeah,
on
so I make a
saving
melee
throw.
attack, I hit him, and then the target has to succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw, your choice.
Yep.
The DC is
8 plus your
13.
proficiency bonus plus your strength bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you go to you go in like you're getting ready to like do a hammer hand on him,
Right.
But instead you grab onto his shoulders and shove him back, and he's just like whoa, steps back, and he is very close to the edge of the ring. Do you want?
I can choose to either push him away or knock him prone.
Yeah, sorry. Which one are you doing?
I will push him 5 feet away, and then I will move in towards him.
Okay. Then that is what you do.
Yep.
Hugo goes in for the punch.
Okay.
Goes in to try to get you in the stomach again
Mm-hmm.
for a 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Okay. So he comes in and he goes boom right in the stomach, and you can either
I'll take the -1 thing.
and stay in position.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take 3 damage.
All right.
All right. Pickaxe stays where he is. Hugo, you're up again.
Oh, it's a 1v1.
God, I wish I was level 3 because that would have been a crit. That is so -1, so 18 -1 plus 4, 22 to hit.
Okay. So that is going to be a hit.
He's right on the edge, I assume, at this point.
Yes. He is within 5 feet of the edge of the ring.
I'm gonna punch him in the face
Okay. So that is
because it's a low DC saving throw. So
right. So that is 3 damage.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Hugo takes the shot to the face, and there's actually like a cut. You can see that his other eye is swollen. He's staggering a little bit, and let's see. He's taken enough shots to the face that he is dazed and stumbles, and he manages to keep his feet and stay within the ring. So it is now his turn. He is going to sit there, and he sees that you're right in his face. He's going to go for the punch. Right to the face. That is a big miss. So he goes to punch you, and he goes, phoom, misses.
I didn't hear no bell.
Takes a step back, and he goes, and he
Oh, is he second winding?
looks like he's kind of centered himself a little bit.
Ah, shit.
Pickaxe is still holding on. Just
Okay.
sitting and watching. The crowd is now starting to boo him, by the way. It's like, boo! Get in there and fight, you fucking wuss! Get in there! But he doesn't seem to be reacting to any of it at all. He is very calm and very focused. It is now your go.
All right. A 14 to hit Hugo.
That'll hit.
I'm gonna try and shove him.
Okay. So that is a DC 13?
Yep.
Okay. So you go and try to push him.
Yep.
No, he would still be dazed. Let me re-roll that. Okay. So you go and try to push him, and you get one hand on his chest and shove. And he grabs the hand on your chest as you push him, and he leans back and then slips. Falls backwards and is out of the ring. He is about to pull you down with him, so make a strength check.
Athletics check or just plain strength?
Straight strength, because you are trying to pull your hand out of his hand.
14.
Okay. So he tries to like grab onto your hand with both hands as he realizes he's falling, but but you manage to wrench your hand out of his grasp. He falls out of the ring, and you can see that his head and shoulders are out, and the crowd immediately grabs onto him and just pulls him right out.
You just long live the king to that guy.
And Hugo loses to Urizura again. And now it is you and Pickaxe.
I assume has been waiting for this moment.
Pickaxe
Obviously.
turns to sees you. He's standing in the center of the ring, which is about 15 feet wide. Or 15 feet diameter, I should say. Radius. 15-foot radius.
Okay.
Jesus.
30-foot ring.
Yes. All right. And he's sitting there, and it's his turn. He goads you on. Come on. Make a...
Will saving throw?
Make a will
Charisma saving throw?
Will.
Well,
will.
I mean, will isn't the thing. Is it charisma or wisdom?
Sorry, it's a charisma saving throw.
15.
Okay. He goads you on, and you're just bloody and beaten enough at this point. Like, you've taken a couple of shots that you can just feel the rage building inside of you, and you just want to get in there. And this cocky fucker, you take disadvantage on your next attack.
Disadvantage, you say? All right. So I assume that then it's my turn then.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll run in, and that'll be a 10 to hit.
A 10 to hit? A 10 does not hit.
Yeah.
So you come rushing at him, and you throw your entire weight behind the punch. You just come right over the top. But he just kind of steps out of the way, and you go flying past him. You have way too much momentum behind your punch to adjust.
Which is a shame, because the other roll was a 20.
But you manage to follow through with it and spin around, and you're up facing him again.
Cool.
On his turn, he is going to attack you. Oh, shit. That's a crit.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So you are going to take... 13 points of damage.
Ooh, I'm not doing good.
So he sees you spin around, and he comes up and he goes, boom, right in the face. And it is a straight shot. You have been punched harder than this, but not very often.
Right.
This makes you, like, reel back. And it's only as you're reeling back and, like, centering yourself and getting ready to focus on him again that you realize he punched you in the face, and you are 3 feet taller than him. That's impressive.
Yeah.
All right. It's now your turn.
All right. That will be a 14.
A 14 misses.
Really? All right.
So he comes in, you come in, and you're reeling from this punch. You swing wildly, following your fist into the attack, and he just kind of moves slightly out of the way, and you once again go flying past him, spin around, and you're facing him again. And he is going to strike you once more.
Okay.
That is going to be a 9 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay. So he goes and he gets ready to throw an elbow at your torso. Goes, boom! but you manage to step back just out of the way. But his attack is such that he throws it and is immediately back in like a ready position. Your turn.
Right. 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
How far away from the edge of the ring are we?
You are in the center of the ring, so there's 15 feet basically behind each of you.
Great. Feel like if I get hit again, I'm going to go down. So I'm at 4 hit points. I'm not doing well. I have no idea how strong this guy is.
He looks like he's taken a couple of shots, but he doesn't look fazed by it at all.
All right. In that case, I'm going to have him make a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
DC 13.
Okay. Yep, and he saves.
All right. Well, that's it for me then.
So you go in to try to grab onto him so you can, I'm assuming, shove him backwards?
I was going to grab him and run towards the edge of the ring.
Okay, so you're trying to make a grapple attack.
Yeah.
So you reach down and grab him, and he immediately goes boom and knocks your arms off. Doesn't hurt, but you have no ability to hold on to him. As soon as he does that, he goes to follow it up.
Yep.
And that is a 14 to hit.
That will hit.
Yep. For 4 points of damage.
Which is exactly enough to take me out.
So he knocks down your arms and goes boom with an uppercut. Like, it's not a star punch from Punch-Out. Let's not go that far. But this is just like a very controlled, very smooth boom right to your chin. Hits you right under the chin, and you topple backwards, and you are down. And the crowd goes wild. So the announcer goes, and it's over! Pickaxe has won and defeated the newest fighter to the ring, Firemane. What a fight, everybody! It actually lasted longer than our predictions. And the crowd is just going, yeah! Woo!
What were their predictions?
And he's like, oh, another victory to Pickaxe, the steel-fisted bastard, and Firemane, you did very well for your first... Oh, I don't believe she can hear us, folks, but that's okay. We've got people coming out to take a look at her right now. We'll get this cleaned up and another round will be fought. Next up is Dragon Tooth versus Stalwart Blow! And the crowd goes, yeah! So, a couple of people come down to the ring and take hold of Urizura. You are completely unconscious. You're at 0 hit points. But they quickly give you a little bit of medical aid. They make you drink something, and you get let's see here.
They got those smelling salts or whatever.
You immediately get 10 hit points. So you're back to consciousness. And you feel like you've been hit by a brick wall. Like, brick walls, you're supposed to run into them. This one came out and just started punching you, and you're just like, oh. But you also feel like...
That's cheating.
You also feel like... not necessarily good, but, like, calm. Like, you know it was a good fight. Your opponent fought really well. It's kind of this weird state of mind where you're like, you feel like you should be disappointed that you lost, but instead all you feel like is just calm.
Satisfied.
Yeah. It's weird. But they pull you to ringside, they have you take a seat, and...
I mean, Urizura doesn't care about winning or losing. She just wants to have a good fight.
This doesn't feel natural.
The guy, like, what's his face? Silver Fist or whatever?
the
The
pickaxe?
silver flash.
Hit like his strength didn't feel natural, or my
No, sorry.
emotional state does not feel
Sorry.
natural.
Your emotional state doesn't feel natural. You felt satisfied after a good fight, but you've never felt this calm before. It's just a little strange.
I will sit there and I will focus inward as to what is going on there.
She is now ponderating.
But you're pulled to
You
the
hear the gears turning.
you're pulled to the side of the ring, and everything is getting set up. And the little gnome dude that talked to you before and was telling you the rules comes up to you and he's like, "That was a good fight. That was a good fight. Man, that was a really good fight. Honestly, there was a lot of bets on you, and quite frankly, we made a lot of money off of that. And you fought really well. There was the odds of you taking out all three were actually a lot better than you might think, but the odds of you actually winning or taking out two or less, oh man, so much money made. A lot of people are happy, a lot of people aren't happy. Tell you what, Firemane, you ever want to fight, you come back here. You got a good fight for you. I think you could go far. That wasn't really fair. I know it wasn't really fair. But man, you put up a really good fight. Such a great show. Such a great show.
That's the most
Just like
important thing.
I'm just kind of like not even like really registering kind of what he's saying. Really, like she's just sitting there still trying to figure out like,
Why am I in Zen mode?
yeah, like what's up with that?
He's like, I gotta go prepare the next fight. We'll give you a little bit of a fight purse. Pickaxe is gonna take most of it, but you'll get a little bit of money. Don't worry. And you know, you want to come back after you healed? You come right back. You come right back. You're not an amateur anymore, so you can't fight in the amateur hour. But you know, it'll be straight one-on-one fights. It'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Be great.
Wait,
don't think they would.
you lose your first fight and you're not an amateur anymore?
Well, considering how she was in a 3-on-1 and proceeded to absolutely immediately body one of them, like, to dust.
But it was still the
And then-
amateur hour.
Yep.
It's still amateur hour, but at the same time, they're like, that's 8 feet of ouch. Like, can we still classify that as amateur?
Pietro, give me a perception check.
Still
Alrighty.
don't know what the like I have that. Well, you can go ahead and make your roll. I was just saying I still have that like feature that I haven't like voluntarily used yet. I don't know when you think I should be able to voluntarily use that.
You used it on the first strike.
I said that's because I got a crit.
Sure.
So that was
not
kind of
voluntarily
involuntary.
I would say the next time that you have the opportunity for downtime, you will figure it out.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Now that I've done it like twice,
Yeah.
I should be able to figure it out next time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Understood.
All right.
I got a 14.
A 14? Okay. So you are trying to keep an eye on your group of people here, and also on Cathus. And you notice that he looks... He's not really paying attention to the ring. He is actually talking to somebody that you haven't seen before. Somebody with like with dark shoulder length hair.
Leorah.
And it's not. They're about 5.5 feet tall. You can't really make any details from where you are because you're ringside and he's kind of in the back towards the shadows. But he
Way
seems
too tall for Leorah.
he seems to be talking to somebody. And then Saoirse, where are you?
I've just been like monitoring things from like the back.
From the back? So like
Yeah.
the edge of the building?
Sure.
Okay. Make a
Try
perception.
not to like get caught up in the crowd or anything.
Make a stealth check or a perception check.
I know which one of those I'm better at. It will be a stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Still left.
14.
Okay. Cool.
That guy just kind of went into the corner and didn't move.
Womp womp.
In the there's a couple more fights that are planned for the evening. But as this next fight between Dragon Tooth and Stalwart Blow is going on, Leorah, you manage to catch up with everybody, and you enter the building. For the record, you were told by Genry where they were going, because you guys weren't you weren't exactly making it secret that you were going to the fight ring.
Yeah.
So just in the interest of getting everybody back together. But
Understandable.
Did I see the fight, or at least any of the fight?
You did not see Urizura's fight. You came halfway between the next fight.
Okay.
So while that's going on, Durin will be making his way towards, I guess where Urizura is, see if she needs any more patching up. And I'm assuming she does.
She's not.
Yeah,
having
she's
a
not.
good day.
I mean, that's up to her. That's up to you, because I mean, like,
Well, I mean,
she's probably having a great day.
well, I mean,
yeah, she's
she
probably had a
looks
great
like
time.
she looks like she's been in a fight and lost. Let's put it that way.
Like
Yeah,
you
but it's
do.
against 3 dudes, so well, it was really 2 dudes, really.
So
Um,
Leorah, I think, is gonna summon up strength from somewhere, shove Durin aside, and run up to Urizura. What happened?
Just like, throws Durin out of the way.
Not to let them die.
Durin's like, as the tiny little missile comes shooting past him and like shoves him out of the way, he's gonna go, as he's originally trying to address Urizura, talk to her, goes, "Well, lass, looks like you had one hell of a..."
Did you spill your beer? I'm sorry.
Oh, he's holding a healer's kit. It's okay.
Okay.
He finished his beer already.
Did you spill your bandages? I'm sorry.
Healer's kit just goes flying.
I think Leorah is actually kind of distressed at this, because I think Urizura is this enormous, like, imposing.
She's
A
like 4
stalwart-
times as tall as you.
I
or
know.
3 times as tall as you, or whatever.
wall that never is affected by anything.
Exactly.
And now you come in and it looks like she's got her shit rocked.
Like, I think Leorah is probably just like patting her, trying to find a place that's not bleeding. Like, I just want to.
An arena attendant comes up and guides you back away from ringside so that you have a little more. They have a little more space down there, and you have a position to actually rest properly. So you're still able to see the fights, but you're back a little bit. As Leorah is hyperventilating over Urizura, and everybody else is kind of just sitting there. Pickaxe comes up to you. He's got his arms are wrapped in some bandages now, and he's got like a bandage strapped to his face where you cut him. And he looks at you and this half-orc dude, and he gives you a quick bow. And he goes, "You fought well. I'm honestly impressed. This is really your first time here?"
Urizura will nod and reach out her hand to shake it.
He takes your hand and he shakes it, and it's a firm grip, but you can feel like calluses on his hand and on his knuckles. He goes, "I had some questions, actually, if I might bother you for a moment."
And Urizura is like just still in kind of like this like weirdly unusually
state.
calm state
Mhm.
that she's not really sure where that's coming from, but she's gonna just kind of roll with it for the moment and be
Okay.
like, "Yeah, all right. What do you want to know?"
I wanted to know who taught you to fight. There was something
Uh,
interesting about your style.
Show me your moves.
Well, so
Go ahead.
he goes, I was watching you fight against the portly one, and
Okay, I understand what's going on with that guy. He was like, he sees me fight, and then he's like, wait a second, I've seen this before, or something like that.
he says, the way that you fight
Mhm.
isn't appropriate for someone of your size. It's not usual. You throw yourself into a blow, putting all of your weight and strength behind it, but at your size, it throws you off balance. It's more a fighting style for someone smaller.
Yeah, she'll just say, "Oh yeah, Papa was about her size," and points at Leorah.
Oh God!
Looks down at Leorah and he does a quick bow.
Your dad was Bradley Cooper.
You did you do this to her? Did you do this to her? Was it you? I didn't see it. Did you fight fair?
My brain's going
Pick
to
on someone
fine.
your own size.
Wolverine.
It's fine.
Hit the Wolverine.
I made sure that
I'll
the
just,
fight
I'll
was
just say
fair,
like gently,
Leorah.
like I put my hand on like Leorah's head and like gently like compress it down slightly. It's like it's fine.
I made sure that the fight was fair, young
It's
one.
it's literally the meme where it's like angry noises, and it's got like the angry cat noises face. Just
Right.
slowly push him back down. No,
Does
Oh,
your-
while that's all going on, I'm going to try and get closer to Orlinde and his guest.
Okay. I will come back to you in just a moment.
Yeah. Yep.
He goes, your papa taught you. Interesting. And he was...
She'll she'll go to her bag, which she has with her, and pulls out like a little sketch, like a little, not like a triptych or just like a little, like, not like an impressive frame or anything, but just something to like protect it or whatever. And pulls it out, and it's like a sketch of like a little goblin guy.
And he holds it carefully and takes a look at it, and he goes, I see. He hands it back to you. He goes, thank you, that's all I wanted to know. If you ever want another fight, please let me know. I think it would be fascinating to learn from you and the way you fight. And he does another bow, and he starts to leave.
And I'll just sit there, and like Urizura is still just kind of in that like weird Zen mode, and she's just kind of like, "Whoa, he's like weird, man."
yeah, before. Whoa,
Whoa, dude.
Before Pickaxe gets too far, Durin's gonna attempt to flag him down and just ask briefly. It's like, you've been here quite often, I take it then. You wouldn't happen to have noticed anything unusual, or some of the fighters disappearing with a little more frequency than most who roll through here, would you?
I suppose it would depend on what you mean by frequently. Sometimes fighters come and go. Most are only here for one night. But I've only been here for a few weeks myself. My first fight was only last week.
You wouldn't happen to have known of a small halfling man by the name of Herney, would you?
It's a dwarf, by the way.
It was a dwarf.
I thought he was he was a dwarf.
He's a dwarf.
Was he a
Yeah.
dwarf? Oh
He's
no,
a
his
dwarf.
buddy was a
Buddy was a halfling,
That's
yes.
Yeah.
A dwarf by the name of Herney.
You can't just say that we all look the same.
Yeah, dude. Especially because you're a dwarf. That's like
Yeah.
weird. That's even weirder,
That's like
weirderly racist.
strangely like Ouroboros racist.
All short people hate
Internalized
each other.
racism, you know? It's a thing.
So it's like that meme from The Simpsons where it's like with groundskeeper Willie. He's like the Scottish and English are enemies, and the Scottish and the French are enemies, and then the Scottish and the Scottish
are enemies.
or whatever.
He's like the
They ruined
local
Scotland.
ruckus of dwarves.
Yeah, the Scots ruined Scotland.
He sits there and he goes, I don't know anybody by the name of Harney, but I doubt that was his fight name. Do you know anything more about him?
Was he the one with the scar, or was that his friend?
Hold on, wait. I actually have this written down.
Someone's taking notes.
Someone's taking
Oh my
notes.
god.
Oh my god.
I'm taking notes.
Harney was a dwarf, had a short brown beard, scar on his left eye, and he had misaligned fingers on his right hand.
Ah, you mean Bronze Fist. I see. Yes, I...
kind of lame.
That's... he fought a couple of days ago. There was definitely something odd about that match. Yes.
Who exactly did he fight against?
He fought against Knife Hand. Not a very good fighter. It was his first official bout, and Bronze Fist was more than capable of dealing with him. But the fight went on much longer than it should have. I never thought about it, but it almost seemed like Bronze Fist was desperate to take a hit.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Yeah.
It was a fight. There are certain fights, especially after the amateurs have a particularly good showing, where they are put up against unreasonable odds. Bronze Fist himself was quite good at fighting, of course. He wasn't called Bronze Fist because he punched lightly, let's say. But he did have an unusual time in that fight. Knife Hand was, shall we say, spooked. The fight went on and they danced around each other for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Hani seemed to want him to come in and get into a fight with him, and Knife Hand seemed to not want to engage. And then, after they had danced around for a while, Bronze Fist went in for a blow and landed a solid jab, and Knife Hand took it poorly. He was staggered and wasn't really in much of a condition to fight anymore. But Bronze Fist didn't follow up with another attack. In fact, he watched Knife Hand stumble around for another 5 or 6 seconds before following up with another blow, and Knife Hand went down. It's not unusual, of course. Bronze Fist is a very talented fighter, and Knife Hand was only on his second bout. But 2 shots? I don't know. Something about it seemed strange.
Were there any particular individuals that were interested in the outcome of the fight by chance?
Oh, there's always gambling going on here. I'm sure that many
gambling.
people...
More like interested in the fighters.
Not that I noticed. Though I was paying attention to the fight.
I see. I'll be straight with you since you seem the honorable sword. Hani's gone missing. And he's not the only one from the Dark Workers that have vanished mysteriously.
And you're looking for them?
I
haven't heard anything about people going missing. Of course, Bronze Fist hasn't been seen here since his fight, but it was only 2 days ago. It's not unusual for fighters to go a week or more between fights, and he did get a sizable fight purse from that match, so...
Did he now?
Well, I mean, once again, he was expected to win. The odds of him losing were 45 to 1. It was quite ridiculous. But yes, he probably got 75, 100 gold from that fight.
Did he look like he particularly was satisfied or distraught about the outcome of the fight?
He has to stop and think for a minute. Give me a second here. He stops and thinks for a minute and he goes, he didn't seem particularly... Normally when a fighter wins, they're exuberant. He was subdued.
see.
Yes.
Subdued, kind of like Urizura is at the moment.
No,
Hmm.
probably not.
For what it's worth, make a con save. Or is there
Con save, you say?
Constitution save? Yes.
Yay. That'll be a 16.
Yeah. That mellow feeling is starting to level out.
I have
Like,
absolutely no idea what the deal with that is, but all right. I'll if it's going away, I'll be like, all right. I'll just
That was weird.
Just roll with
Whatever. Not tell anyone about the weird feelings she had. Just be like,
Nope.
nah, whatever.
Nope.
Keep going.
It's all good. She's in also like working on like bandaging herself up at the moment, so I used a few uses of my healer's kit to regain some hit points.
okay.
Meanwhile, somewhere in the back, like Saoirse's like extra eyes are like narrowing on the like emotions going on here, and like this is weird.
Because
People are
being
weird.
yeah.
Something strange is going on here.
By the way,
Something strange in the
Saoirse,
neighborhood.
please make a. No, you know what? Yeah, no, you're good. Make a perception check for me, please.
16.
Okay. All right. Knife Hand looks at Durin and says,
Knife hand, pickaxe.
"Pickaxe, you're right. I'm sorry." Pickaxe looks at Durin and goes,
You got all these people that all these names of like multiple different characters you gotta keep
I
track of.
expect all of these characters to have fully fleshed out backstories.
I need a
We're gonna
dossier,
come back
please.
here. We are gonna interact with these
With
people
pictures.
a lot.
With pictures, Dave.
Just like Bob the Goblin who hangs out at the bar. Totally.
It's
Bob
Boblin.
Gob. It's Bob
Boblin.
Gob.
Boblin the Goblin. Anyway.
Yes, pickaxe looks very.
Pickaxe looks at Durin and goes, "I should probably go and bandage my wounds. It really was a good fight. Is there anything else?"
No, I believe that all. Thank you for your assistance, and it was an absolutely wonderful fight. I can tell Urizura had quite the time.
I'm sure she did. She seems the sort.
Oh, she was like just like grinning the entire time she's fighting.
Big shit-eating grin.
He does
Yeah.
another one of those bows.
Monk bows.
Yep, and then walks off. Fights are still going on in the arena. Meanwhile, Pietro, you are approaching Cathis or Linde. Are you trying to be overt or covert?
I'll actually try to be a little covert this time.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. Or a deception check, actually. Because you're not
Okay.
necessarily trying to hide so much as you're trying to blend in, and I'll say deception can do that.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah, we'll do this.
I'm way better at deception. I know.
So as
Wearing
you
a disguise convincingly, yeah.
So you manage to get a bit closer, and you see that Cathis is talking with this person with shoulder-length black hair. Based on the way that this person looks and moves, you assume female, but you can't make out any details as her back is too many details as her back is to you. Cathis is looking at her with. If he looked at you with disdain, he looks at her with disgust. Like a huge sneer on his face. He's barely looking at her out of the corner of his eye. He's got a drink in hand and
Clenched hand.
yeah.
Is it the drink I got him?
It is no, his manservant drank that one. Remember?
I got them both a drink.
The manservant drank both of them.
Double drag.
But he is more or less interacting with this person as little as possible. And it's not until you're probably within about 10 or 15 feet, still kind of in the edge of the crowd, still blending in, that you notice that she has her hand up and there's a bag or a pouch in it. And Cathis is not looking at her and just trying very hard to like stay focused on the fight. And then you see him take the bag And she immediately walks past him and out the building.
That wasn't suspicious at all.
Not at
Not
all.
one bit.
Fight's still going on. Dragon Tooth has defeated Stalwart Blow. And everything is kind of dying down. The excitement is dying down a little bit as they prepare for the next fight. The final fight of the evening.
All right. I'm actually a little bit more curious about his guest than him now.
Okay.
Can I follow her?
I'm not going to stop you.
Is Saoirse anywhere near where the lady exited?
No. So, if this is a four-sided building, Saoirse is on the east side of the building. Kathis is on the northwest side of the building. Right? Yeah. I have to think backwards here. The northwest side of the building, and she exited through the north of the building.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna exit through the north as well. See if I can't tail her.
All right. So, so you step out into the night. It is dark. It's 11 o'clock at night at this point, 11:30ish. The city is lit up by candles and torches from windows and streetlights, but it's dark. There's shadows everywhere. Make a perception check immediately.
All right, and I do have dark vision now, I think. So, if that matters.
It certainly won't hurt. Let's put it that way.
Aw. I need better perception.
Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm really glad I swapped out this die. Don't know if you can make that out. But that's what I rolled.
A 1?
A 1. As you're kind of trying to look around, trying to see where this woman went, you hear a clatter off to your left, to the west. And you quickly turn, and you see her stumbling over something and quickly righting it. You have a brief glimpse of her. You can see that she is kind of pale. You can't make out her race, but you can see that she is dressed in mostly black clothing. And there's something on her shoulder, like right about here. Some kind of symbol, but it's there and gone in a flash. You don't get a good look at it. But she is now moving off towards the west.
I'm gonna keep tailing her.
Okay.
And none of us know that Pietro's
Nope.
gone out and about.
I'm gonna pretend to be a drunk wandering the streets as I tail her. Well, I am a drunk
pretend?
wandering the streets.
Pretend?
What do you mean, pretend?
I don't really have to pretend, so yeah, I'm a drunk wandering the streets, tailing her.
Make a stealth check, please.
Well, if
Oh,
he's
I can't do
pretending
the
to be a
deception
drunk.
this time.
No, the streets are not empty, but they are very sparse.
What's strange about a drunk this time of night?
Localized entirely in this street?
So you follow after her, and she quickly turns and goes down an alleyway. And as you turn to follow her, you realize that this was a bit of a trap. You're now a lot closer than you intended because she slowed down.
Okay.
She kind of looks over her shoulder, and you have maybe half a second to decide what you want to do.
Half a second to decide what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I throw my hands up and say, "Up, looks like you got me."
I would have thought he would have. I would have thought you would have gone with the I'm a drunk and just kind of like stumbled against
Oh.
the walls and gone, hey,
I-
pretty lady, or something like that.
I mean, I am absolutely
Going.
drunk, but
Expecting like a
just
pee
a drunk
against the
guy
wall.
just go like, looks like you got me.
So she turns around to face you fully, and you now see that she is definitely very pale. It's hard to make out her features in the dim lights right now, but you have dark vision, so you can see that she has pointed ears,
Vampire.
and
Pointy teeth.
she is dressed mostly in black, except for her belt, which is red, a very dark red. And on her shoulder, that spot that you saw before, is a symbol that you don't recognize. It is a circle, and then connected with another circle with a line straight through it. So assume like an 8, but with a dollar sign line through it. And she looks at you and she goes, "Who are you? Why are you following me?"
Correct.
She is about 40 feet away from you.
I am Pietro de Marchi, and by the way, my eye patch would actually be off to use my dark vision.
Okay.
But so I have an exposed purple eye here. I am Pietro de Marchi of the de Marchi family. You know.
She kind of like crouches down and she looks at you and she's like, "Why are you following me, Pietro de Marchi?"
Because I'm looking for ways to fuck with Cathis Orlende. And you were talking to him. You gave him a little pouch. What exactly did you give him, by the way?
She's now like crouched in like getting ready to fight or flight position. And she's like, "What did you see? What do you want?"
Like I said, I want to fuck with Cathis Orlende.
Nobody wants to fuck with Cathis Orlinde. Nobody cares. What do you
I
want?
do. What do I want? I want to ruin Orlinde's life. If you can help me do that in any way, even with just a small little tidbit, I'd really appreciate it. You know. I think we can be friends. We don't have to fight. We don't have to argue. You could just tell me anything that could be useful, and I'll leave you alone.
You're stepping into things you don't understand, DeMarco. If you keep following me, then I will make sure you regret it.
Like I said, you're not the one I have beef with, so yeah, sure. Slink off into the night. I shan't bother you anymore. But if you do decide that you want to, make Orlinde have a very, very bad day, I tell her where to find me at that one bar with, what's his name? Gurney? I forget.
She kind of like is still
Entry.
tensed. Make a perception check.
I really need to get better perception if I'm going to be making it all the time. Oh, hey, I rolled an 18.
There you go.
You
Just roll high, idiot.
it would be hard for anybody else to see in the dark, but you happen to see her, like she's all crouched down and like ready in fight or flight position. You see her move her hand and a blade goes up her sleeve. And she goes, and she turns and runs off.
Have a good evening, bitch. Damn. I'm going to make my way back to the fighting ring.
Okay.
Stumble my way back.
Yeah, actually kind of like that, Third.
Yeah, double Phyrexians.
Not quite. All right, so back at the fight ring, Saoirse, give me a perception check.
Oh boy. That one. Let's go.
Okay.
Damn.
Good to know. Thank you. All right, so the fourth and final fight of the
I was gonna
evening.
spend my inspiration on that since you have been asking me for rolls this entire time and I've gotten nothing for it. I'll spend my my human inspiration.
I mean, you're a
Okay.
human. You get like an inspiration every
Yeah.
long rest or whatever. So go ahead and burn
Yeah,
them.
it doesn't matter.
Not then. Doesn't matter.
Oh well.
And then also give me a stealth check, since you are still trying to be inconspicuous.
I can roll good on that. 22.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you. So the fourth fight is by the time Pietro you're getting back to the fight ring, Urizura, you're feeling much better. Whatever was making you feel calm and all that stuff is gone, and the fourth and final fight of the evening is well underway and well working towards somebody getting their ass kicked. Crowd's going wild, but they're mostly ignoring you, and you're
So-
good.
How much HP has Urizura recovered after all this?
She's at 20 out of 32.
Yeah.
Okay. If I use my healer's kit and healing check, will that improve it anymore, or do I need to slap her with a channel divinity or one of my spells?
If your healer's kit, if you have a feature like I have like Battle Medic, which lets me use healer's kit to let me spend hit dice. You can do that. Otherwise, healer's kit only lets you like stabilize people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
So
would
you
need
need to
to
use like a channel divinity or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, since I'm standing next to her, I'm just gonna poke her with a cure wounds.
Okay.
12.
Well, that puts me back up to full.
Perfect.
Huzzah!
Hell of a
Ah.
roll. Hell of a roll. Hell of a roll.
Feeling much better now.
Um.
Time for a drink.
Yeah.
So.
Aye, that's the spirit.
Time for another fight. She just goes and gets, signs up.
Time
the
for a
next
drink and another fight. Aye.
As
Huzzah!
Pietro, as you come back into the fight ring, you almost instinctively look over towards Cathis is standing, and you realize that he's actually talking to Dragontooth, one of the fighters, and you realize that they kind of have a lot of features in common. So,
Okay. I'm gonna put my eye patch back on.
okay, probably a good idea.
And I'm gonna make my way over to Orlende and the other possible Orlende.
Okay. Are you
Dragontooth or Linde.
trying to be overt or covert?
Orlinde Mark II.
Let's go covert again.
Okay.
Deception?
Let's go covert.
Mhm.
Clap,
Deception.
clap, clap, clap.
Okay.
19.
So you manage to approach within about 10 to 15 feet. It's not hard. The crowd is literally going nuts over this fight, but you manage to get close enough that you can overhear Cathis talking to Dragontooth. And he goes, I don't understand why you want to waste your time with these ridiculous pursuits. He goes, you've never understood the thrill of battle, Father. He goes, no, and I never will. But as long as this place keeps making money, I suppose it's fine. But also, the moment it doesn't, we're shutting it down. He goes, Dragontooth looks at him and he goes, the moment you try to shut it down is the moment that I buy it out from under you. He goes, you wouldn't dare. He goes, I have more than enough money saved up from this. What do you think I was doing? Drinking and whoring like one of the other nobles? No. I've always had a plan in place, Father.
Wait. When he says that, does Pietro feel called out at all with that, right?
No, Pietro would be like, no, that tracks. That tracks.
Yeah, Pietro
Yeah,
knows
okay.
who he is. He's comfortable with who he is. He gets it. He gets it.
He goes, and he's like, I've been planning this for a long time, and this place is going to make me a lot of money, and let me do what I enjoy. You're not going to do what you enjoy. You are first in line to take over. You have responsibilities. And Dragon Tooth looks at him and goes, my responsibilities are to my investments. He goes, Cathis looks at him and he goes to backhand him, and Dragon Tooth grabs his arm. And he goes, don't even try. And Cathis has this look of absolute anger on his face and just goes, let me go. Make an Arcana check.
Ooh, an Arcana check. Here we go.
I was about to say, how wide is this Arcana shenanigans going on?
It's you have to be looking.
I only
at
got
it.
an 11.
Okay, so we can't feel it all the way in the ring.
No,
so it's not too big. Whatever's gonna happen.
Pietro, you notice just the faintest hint of fire, literal fire, in Cathis Orlinde's eyes. And Dragon Tooth quickly lets go of him. And he goes, I'm not going to talk about this with you anymore, Father. I have my plans. You have yours. Stay out of my way. He turns and he walks away.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. So where is where's Orlinde Jr. heading?
He heads outside and takes off. But he's moving fast. Like, he is... Like, the other person was, like, trying not to be conspicuous. Dragon Tooth is just heading right to the door at full speed.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just let him go. I know where he works.
was that a Leorah hiccup I heard?
No, that was me.
Okay, I heard just like this little tiny hiccup. I was like, was that Elene or what was that?
No, that was me.
Anyway.
And so yeah, I'm gonna let Orlinde Jr. go, and I am going to stumble my way towards Orlinde Sr.
Okay. Since you are now being covert, you see his eyes immediately flick to you. And make an insight check.
Insight now, okay.
So many checks.
Oh, I rolled really low.
Okay. So you stumble up to him, and he just kind of stands there, and his manservant quickly steps in front of him, just a little bit off to the side so that you can't approach him directly.
And the manservant is probably thinking, please don't let there be a murder tonight.
And he kind of puts his hand out and he goes, Sir, it's not... Master Orlinde is not entertaining visitors tonight.
Oh, it's fine. Cathis and I are already great friends.
He goes,
We're gonna have to dig Pietro out of a hole, aren't we?
friends or not, you can come calling on him tomorrow at his manor, and he'll decide if he wants to meet with you then. Tonight, please leave.
Where is his manor, by the way? What's the address on that?
If you're good friends with Cathis Orlinde, then you already know.
I said, what is the address on that? And I'm rolling an intimidate. Oh, it was a 20, it bounced and rolled to a 2. I am mad.
He gives you a look and he just goes, and I told you that if you are already friends with Master Orlinde, you would know. Now back up.
I am going to use thaumaturgy.
Okay, to do what?
To give myself booming voice.
Well, you're really trying for this.
And I am going to shout, sorry, I can't hear you over the crowd. Where did you say the manor was?
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Given the old
24.
Gandalf voice.
That's actually a 25 with the bonus from booming voice.
So you
Jesus
shout
Christ, so that
louder than is
everyone
actually
hears
possible directly into his face. Half the crowd turns towards you. The rest of you all hear this, and your attention immediately goes to where your party member is having apparently an argument. The fight
And
kind
I'm
of
just like,
Durin is
I'm just-
immediately going to look at what's going on and go, "Oh, sweet brewer, what the hell?"
I'm just leaning in with a hand to my ear.
the fighters kind of are in the middle of the fight and they kind of stop and they're like, the fuck? and Cathis steps up, puts his hand on his servant's shoulder, pushes him gently to the side, looks directly at you, Pietro, and he goes, I believe that you should go.
Go? Oh, where should we go? You know, I know this wonderful bar where you and I could get some drinks after all this, you know?
I need to check something really quick.
How strong is this Cathis guy, and how badly is he gonna murder you?
Did he actually have that written down?
Pietro is a professional party crasher. He
Mhm.
he knows how to get under people's skin.
Yes,
It's
we
a
can
skill,
tell.
really.
It's a
It's
gift.
really
It's
an
a
art
calling.
form.
Yeah.
It's a gift. It's just what I do.
It's not what I'm looking for. Sorry, give me a second here.
Cathis
Ugh.
casts mind
Use
fuck
me.
and makes Pietro walk away.
Yeah, okay.
For those of you watching at home, Dave's t-shirt has a picture of a grumpy cat on it, and it says, I am a gift.
It's true.
True.
Um, so, Cathis kind of is looking directly at you, and you see that fire in his eyes flare just a little bit. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah.
A 20.
30-20.
Okay. You feel this weird compulsion to turn around and walk away. And it's as if Cathis is talking directly in your ear, saying, go away. But as much as you feel like you should, you don't feel like you have to.
Okay. Okay. Well, I am going to lean in
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to say lunch then. And then I am going to just gently caress one of his cheeks before turning and walking away.
Boy, Pietro just really likes tickling the dragon's tail there.
He really does.
Let me look up one other thing.
I get the feeling Dave would not be afraid to have the big bad evil guy just delete you if he needed to.
Deleted.
Delete. Like, well, shit. Now we need a new Pietro.
I'm doing what he said,
Okay.
just in a very Pietro way.
All right. So
Fair enough.
you see this look of, as you reach out and touch his face, he is perfectly still. Like, he is not moving at all. You're pretty sure he's not even breathing. And as you touch his face, you get the sense that you're not poking a dragon, you're poking the dragon's big brother. Like, you have this overwhelming sense of danger at this moment.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
you actually feel behind your eye patch, your eye kind of goes, pulses a little bit.
Ooh, okay.
And then you turn around and walk away. And by the time you turn around to look back to see what he's doing, which, let's call it a good minute later, just because, you know, you gotta have that stylish exit, he's gone.
Excellent. I've had the effect I wanted. Ah, I have learned so much tonight.
At this point, the fight in the ring has kind of died down, mostly due to lack of interest. Everybody was so distracted by the fucking booming voice that they're just like,
The fuck was the...
sure, whatever. What was that, man? I don't know. Get into a grapple and they're like, you just want to fucking fall down? Yeah, okay. The fight ends and everybody is now staring directly at you, Pietro.
At me?
What
Yeah.
do?
As you make your way back to the party. It's still kind of loud and rowdy, but mostly it's less about, yeah, fight, and more about, what the fuck is up with this guy? Jesus Christ, who are these friends of
hell
his?
was that? The hell was
Okay.
that bullshit?
I am
Dur-
going to give my audience what they crave, what they truly crave in their hearts. And I am going to shout,
Free drinks for everybody.
yeah, you know what? You know what? Drinks are on the house. I'm gonna make it sound. I'm gonna make it sound as official as possible. Like,
Oh my
that's what me and Kathis or Linde were talking about.
Arguing about.
And I am going to announce, by the graciousness of House Orlinde, drinks are on the house.
Would that be
with
performance?
with
that be-
my big booming voice still? Because I
that be-
gotta make sure everyone
That would
Everyone
be a
hears.
deception
Performance?
check if you want to actually convince people of that, as opposed to.
Or persuasion?
Nat 20, let's go.
Wow.
So,
Your
go-
rolls, I swear to fucking God, every time it's something goofy and crazy, it's like, oh yeah, no, nat 20s, let's fucking go. Anytime it's important, it's like, yeah, it's okay. No, but anytime you're like, Pietro gonna now go in Pietro, it's just fucking
Alright.
baller rolls every
Pietro knows what
time.
they're about.
So, go ahead and make your announcement.
Oh,
What's
Jesus
this place
Christ.
called again?
It doesn't have a name, it's just the fight ring.
Wonderful guests of the fight ring, please may I have your attention. I have discussed it with the man of the house, Kathis Orlinde, and by his graciousness, all drinks are on the house tonight!
And there's this moment of silence as your voice,
Urizura immediately runs to the bar.
your voice kind of echoes around in the silence
Now,
that follows, and
is there
everybody looks at you, and then everybody looks at the ringleader, and he's like, no, I don't think that's everybody charges the bar. It's just like, yeah, free drinks, woo!
You'll have to beat me there.
My work here is done, and I do
gotta-
the whole tuxedo mask cape thing.
But you
and
didn't
leave.
do anything helpful.
But you didn't help, and he's gone.
I'm gonna go wait outside.
Now, I gotta ask, like, do any of, like, that was a nat 20. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Pietro convinced pretty much anyone, unless we make, like, a will saving throw, because, I mean, Urizura's like, oh yeah, fuck, let's go.
Well, so you have known Pietro a scant 2 days, but you also know Pietro well enough at this point to know that he is fucking bullshitting. you.
Bullshit!
Yeah.
But also,
Like,
if
been
somebody
months.
says, but I also know if somebody says free alcohol, you take advantage of that.
You take advantage of it.
That's what
Yeah,
Papa
no,
said.
Don't look at free beer in the mug.
If somebody offers you free booze or free food, you take advantage of that. That's one of his rules.
So
Very
Urizura, as you
goblin.
get to the bar, the
Mhm.
bartenders, the bartenders, because there's multiple at this location, are like, one at a
8
time, I
foot
guess. One at a
8
time,
foot
and
of thirsty Goliath.
just puts a beer in front of you, and they're pouring beers and drinks as fast as they can. As more and more people come up, and they're like, everybody needs to chill out, please. And they're just pouring and pouring. And you do get a tankard. It's a smaller
There is
tankard.
no
but,
chill.
yeah.
Oh well, I'll swig it down.
You mean it's a normal sized tankard? It just looks smaller than normal in
Just looks
Urizura's hand.
smaller in her hands.
Yeah, basically.
in the Urizura hands.
Just hand it to Leorah, and it's like a giant.
As-
It's bigger than my head.
As this chaos progresses, the fighters in the ring are being bandaged up. The ringleader is like, I'm not really in the mood for a drink, so I guess I'll stay here. The announcer is also kind of there in the fighting ring, and they're just looking around and they're like, how is this the most exciting thing that's happening at a fight ring? Jesus. But yeah, it's clear that the fight ring has finished for the day. It's just a matter of getting everybody out once the drinks are done.
We're just clearing the house out. It's so good.
Jesus.
I just cost this man so much fucking money. Ah.
You're not poking the dragon. You're basically walking up to a devil patron, not your devil patron, but another devil patron, dropping trowel and throwing
And
your dick
mooning
on the
them.
table and being
Yeah.
like,
No.
yeah, that's it. And just seeing them go,
I'm not
excuse you?
poking. I'm not poking the dragon. I am flushing its hoard down the drain.
It's more like, it's less poking the dragon and more like, oh, are these your balls? Ugh.
Oh my god.
Was this yours? Whoops.
Whoops.
Um,
Literally what the hell is it? From Men in Black. Oh, was that your mama? That must be your cousin.
But is
Like-
there anything else that you would like to do?
Is that your auntie?
Here?
Yeah, that's your auntie.
Pietro has walked out of the location, so you're standing outside.
Yep.
But
Uh,
everybody
already
else is
outside.
still inside, yeah.
I
Fixing
guess
my
if
hair.
like anybody
checking my
wants to
makeup.
like do like arm wrestling or anything else like
Maybe
that,
we
or
haven't-
is up for that.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it's like, yeah, she had her fights, and it's time to go to bed.
I mean, we got some info, but I don't know, Durin's got some ideas on what might have gone down. But still no real suspects, I guess. So I guess we're done here.
Leora's just kind of fuming in the corner. I thought we were supposed to do this together. She did it without me.
You were the one that was sick.
Excuse me, I caught monster Kool-Aid Man flu. Thank you very much.
Is Leorah still wearing the big hat?
Of
No,
course
the
she
big hat-
is.
No, it's hiding. It's hot. It's a hot hat. It needs to lay low for a while.
She's not wearing the hat at
Oh.
the moment.
Aw.
It's a hot hat.
Hot hat.
These goods are hot. Can't be wearing them in public, man.
You know, lay low a little bit before I hit the
Uh,
plumes.
Pietro,
We got to get in there and file the serial numbers off.
Pietro,
Yeah.
as you're standing outside waiting for the rest of your party to join you, you feel like you're being watched.
Excellent. I am going to. I'm going to continue like fixing my hair, straightening my clothes, doing my makeup, spraying on some fresh perfume. But all the while, I'm going to be like checking my hand mirror and stuff, try and see if I can spot who's watching me.
Okay, make an active perception check.
Okay. Again, I really need to invest in perception if I'm going to be doing this shit. Yeah, I only rolled an 8.
Okay. The feeling that you're being watched does not diminish, but you don't see anybody nearby
Okay.
paying any particular attention to you, I should say. It is dark. You have your eye patch back on, so you can't quite see in the dark as well. But your eyes have mostly adjusted to the darkness, but you still don't see anything.
Okay.
I
I'm going to
guess-
try and not stress about that for now.
I guess if people are wrapping up inside, then Durin will start making his way out as well to kind of try to avoid the inevitable fallout of Pietro's shenanigans.
Okay. As you step outside, you notice Pietro primping himself, as he does.
Yes,
Sitting there with his mirror, and you see a figure behind him, reaching out and grabbing hold of him.
Okay, that was nice. Okay, if Durin is walking out and immediately sees this, his first reaction is going to be like, "Whoa there!" And I guess roll initiative because that shit's not going to fly.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative. Pietro, you can roll initiative as well. We're going to do this Theater of the Mind again.
Excellent.
Where the hell is my initiative? There it is. Oh.
All right. Pietro, you're up first. You have just been grappled.
Okay.
You notice that the person that is grappling you, who is grappling you from behind, smells bad.
Smells bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to. I am going to try and wiggle free. Is that an acrobatics?
Make a wiggle check.
Wiggle, wiggle,
Um,
wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
The grappled condition. Do. Let's find out. Do. So, your speed is 0. You have disadvantage on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler. It can drag you.
Oh, I have a better idea.
You can
Does it
try.
involve setting yourself on fire? Because ninjas can't catch you if you're on fire.
No.
You have to succeed on a strength dex saving throw against the grapple check.
Okay.
escape
I
from
actually
it.
kind of changed my mind.
Okay.
Can I reach into his pants?
This is a family show, Pietro.
Yeah. I was about to say
You
that's,
can. I'm
that's
not
a very-
going. I'm not going to
That's a
stop
very
you.
Pietro thing.
All right. Using my dainty noble fingers, I am going to try and fish his balls in his pants
Oh my
and grab hold of them, and I'm gonna say, "You sure about that?"
So, are you grabbing through the pants,
it's
or are you going
free.
in the pants?
I am going in the pants all the way.
Dexterity check. Go.
Would that be a sleight of hand?
Depends on how well hidden the balls are, I guess.
I
No.
mean, they're.
Nope.
This
Nope.
this conversation.
It's a dex check, not a sleight of hand check, because you're not trying to do something unusual.
16.
Okay.
I mean, this is pretty unusual.
You go to reach into your attacker's pants, only to realize that they're not actually wearing pants. They're wearing like a robe, so you can't
Oh.
reach down them.
Not better.
But you do go to grab the crotch anyway, and there's nothing really to grab onto.
It's a grizzly
see.
piece, isn't it?
There's definitely no balls between the legs. And you said, are you sure you want to do this?
Touching isn't free.
Is that what you say? Touching isn't free?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, are you sure you want to do this? Touching isn't free. With that.
It's going to lean into your ear, and it's going to hiss at you and say, what's it going to say?
I'm surprised it has brain.
Nothing in life is free.
It is.
Oh, you got that right.
It is going to. Okay. As it's whispering in your ear, you feel this energy in its hands. And then suddenly you're racked with pain throughout your body. Make a Constitution saving throw.
18.
Okay. So that's good enough for half damage. So you take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Ow. Oh, yeah.
Durin, you're up.
What can I tell? Like as I'm there's no map here.
You're
But as
about 10 feet away. You're not that far.
Okay. Is there anything I can see as I'm rushing to rescue Pietro, like about the attacker, other than that they're robed and I don't know if I can smell them from here.
They
I've got
are
dark vision 120 feet.
Yep, they are in a robe. They've got a cowl over their head, so you can't quite make out their features. They are a little taller than Pietro, not by much, but enough. And the hands that you can see on Pietro are gaunt, long fingers with sharp fingernails at the end.
That's all I need to know. Durin's immediately gonna go and sacred flame that bastard.
Okay. Is that an attack roll or a dex save?
They gotta make a dex save.
They're going to do it with advantage because they are grappling, and you might hit Pietro. What's the save?
12.
Pietro, please make a dex save.
Oh, wait, save. Well, it's going to be the same result either way. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh my god!
I see. Durin, go ahead and roll damage.
You can't roll on the important rolls. Oh, I just rolled a 1.
Oh.
Okay.
never mind.
So, as you're still reeling from this necrotic damage that's just been rushed through your body, this like dark, sticky,
Beer
oily
stuck.
energy, poof, you're hitting the head with a shining beer stein,
Beer stein.
and you're like, "Gah!"
But from necrotic damage to holy damage, like, what the fuck?
and your attacker just goes,
How much damage did I just take from
One.
the second
One.
one?
1 damage.
Oh.
It's 1.
All right, Pietro, you're up again.
Actually,
All right.
you hear saving
Yeah,
throw?
this time I'm gonna try and break free. What's the roll again?
You need to
Dex?
make either a strength or a dex check against its DC.
13.
That will be good enough to break free.
All
So-
right.
So
I break free.
Yep. So you reel from this hit, and then you twist and push back at the same time, and the creature holds onto you really tight, and its sharp fingernails shred your clothes a little bit, but you manage to break free. And you turn and you face this thing, who's still cowled. You can only see like the bottom of its face, and it's dirty and pale, and its teeth are like jagged and yellow. It looks really nasty. And you can smell its breath now, and its breath smells like rotten. It's kind of nasty. And it seems surprised that you managed to break free, but you still have a bonus action.
Still have a bonus action. Okay. I guess I will go ahead and cast Hex as my bonus action.
Okay. Hex doesn't do any damage to it, correct? No, it does.
Not on its own. Not on its own.
Right. Dealing
I
extra
have to-
necrotic. Okay. Extra
Yeah.
necrotic damage. Okay.
Anytime I hit him from now on.
So you turn around and you raise your hands and you go "Poof," and hit him with your Warlock Hex, and you see his body briefly glow purplish.
Excellent.
And it looks at you, and it's still got the like strands of the cloth from your shirt hanging from its claws. It goes, ah, and it lunges towards you, and its hands glow again, which is going to be Make a wisdom save, please.
I assume everyone inside the bar doesn't hear any, or fight ring doesn't hear this going
it's
on.
a little
because
too
like the
chaotic, yeah.
cacophony of everyone going to the bar and whatever.
Yep. It's a little too
Alright.
chaotic.
Ring building has probably got to have like good, like soundproofing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I got an 8.
An 8. As it rushes towards you, you get ready to like fend it off, and you feel this strange lethargy come over you, and you're just suddenly you're more tired than you've ever been in recent
Drank
memory.
too much.
And you are incapacitated.
Incapacitated.
Yes. Which
Oh,
means you can't take any action, bonus action, or reaction. You
Oh,
can't speak,
okay.
and yeah.
It
All right,
just like knocked me out. Okay.
Durin, you're up.
How close is the critter?
It's within 10 feet.
Yeah, but like it's not grappling him anymore, so he doesn't.
It's
have
not
a
grappling
chance.
him. Yeah, they're facing each other, but you just saw it
Cool.
do something.
I'm gonna fucking channel divinity on his ass and hit him with radiant damage.
Okay.
Needs to make a DC 12 con save.
Okay, that's a fail.
All right.
So
Wait,
you're.
won't let me ro-
Are you?
Won't let me roll clicking that. It takes 1d8 plus 2
Okay.
of radiant damage. So where is the? All right, there's.
Okay.
The wait, what? Okay, yep. There it is. 7 plus 2, 9 damage
Okay.
of
So-
radiant.
As you see Pietro kind of flagging a little bit, and this creature's got a big grin on its face, suddenly the street lights up bright for a half second as you call upon the brewer to deliver
Kick
righteous
the
fury.
shit out of that thing.
It turns to face you and suddenly goes and like hisses back as it's blinded by this bright, brilliant light. And you can actually see the skin on its hands like charring slightly.
All right.
Pietro, you're up.
But incapacitated. So what can I do?
I believe you can move.
I think
Okay.
no actions.
Oh wait, no, is movement an action?
There is a move action, yes.
Yeah, no, you can't do shit.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
has to make the saving throw.
Yeah, make another wisdom saving throw.
4.
Oh,
Durin, as you're watching this creature reel back, Pietro just crumples to the ground. And the creature is like backing away. It's like, only need one. Only need one. And he goes and he grabs Pietro. And starts pulling, but can't get very far pulling a fully grown man. It gets about 15 feet farther away from you. It's now 25 feet away.
alrighty.
It's your
Actually,
turn.
I guess move is a separate thing from an action, so you could technically move if you're incapacitated.
Oh.
Do you want to move closer to Durin or farther away from Durin?
Yeah, I want to try and shuffle my way behind Durin
Okay.
if I can.
You just can't. You can literally do nothing else other than move.
So you manage to take a step, and then the creature is going to swipe at you as you try to run,
Okay.
which is a nat 20.
Oh god damn it.
Womp womp.
And it's going to slash at you with its claws. Wow! And is going to be 8 points of damage. 8 points of
Okay.
slashing damage.
Okay.
And then you pass out.
Oh.
So is Pietro behind me now, or is...
He is next to you. So
All right.
he took a step, got slashed in the back, and then fell forward and passed out next to you. So the creature is going to go, only need one, only need one. It's going to rush forward and grab Pietro and try to drag him away. But he only gets about 15 feet away from you.
All right. Durin is going to move forward and proceed to channel divinity again. Turn undead,
Okay.
and that is going to be a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw.
Give me a second.
Hope this thing's undead.
Thing is how
True.
it burned.
I'm looking up the specific effect of turn undead, which means
They
I need
get
to look up
turns.
channel divinity. There we go.
If it fails, it has frightened and incapacitated for a minute. But has to be undead.
I assume because he's still looking it up, it is undead
Mm-hmm.
from a metagaming standpoint.
Well,
Use a Phoenix down on it.
Okay.
There you go.
So makes a wisdom saving throw. What's the DC?
DC is, I believe,
I got that
12.
reference.
Let me go back to it. Yeah, 12 12 is wisdom.
Okay. You hold up the. What's your holy symbol, by the way?
I believe, I forget
Isn't it
what
your
we
big
decided on the
mace
symbol
mug?
of the brewer, but I believe it was like some kind of mug, I believe.
Okay, so you just have the mug for now. So you hold up your mug of the brewer, and
Or wait, hold on. Inventory, holy symbol. It just
Your
says
holy symbol can be holy
Anything.
symbol can be whatever you want.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
you just don't have the mace.
so
mug.
long as it aligns with the god involved. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
it's
so.
just an amulet. It does. There's no.
Okay.
notes
But like,
on
what
here
is
on
it? What does
that-
the amulet look like? Is the point?
I believe, didn't we decide that the brewer, because this is Dave's Pantheon, I believe, didn't we decide it was like either like a keg, not a keg, either a still or stein or keg with like wheat or barley or something in the background?
Yeah, it would be.
Forget-
I would say it's a still with wheat or grain growing in the background. So
Yeah, some
okay.
kind of grains.
So now I just need to know if it was a medallion. So you hold up your holy symbol, you flash it in his face, and you go "Begone!" and channel the power of the brewer through your holy symbol, and
A golden hop. I like what Cohesion said there.
There you go.
and the energy washes over this creature, and then it looks at you and goes and drags Pietro another 15 feet. Your
I'm still
turn.
keeping up with it then. So that's interesting. It takes radiant damage but isn't undead.
Everything takes radiant damage.
Yeah, but typically radiant damage is just, yeah, your standard beatdown, but if it's literally peeling the flesh from it. Okay, in that case, Durin is going to.
He's now about 30
How
feet
far-
away from you.
Alright.
He's getting
going
towards
to-
the end of the street. Probably another 20 feet to get there.
Wait, hold on a second. I've got. Alright, in that case, Durin is going to move up directly to the creature
Okay.
and proceed to hit it in the face with the mace and try to grab Pietro back from him. Let's see
Okay.
here. Where the hell is my?
I hate that it doesn't tell you what ends conditions.
Hack
know, right?
Pietro's legs
Just-
off.
I'm just imagining you two having a tug of war battle over my body. Like one of you's
Yeah,
got
I
my
mean,
arm,
it-
one of you's
it's-
got my legs.
It's kind of like that, but like I'm also attempting to beat its face in with a mace.
Pietro's just shouting, "Shoot her! Shoot
Shoot
her!"
her!
So you're
Jurassic Park.
so you're just going to try to smash it with the mace?
Actually, hold on. I've got the spells if I got here for it.
You got smite.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh no!
I love having men fight over me. It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Fantastic.
Just wish I had I was awake for it, you know.
Yeah. All right. I guess gonna run up and grab Pietro and hit the thing with a guiding bolt. Actually, just
Okay.
go full town on it. So that thing has to. Okay, so yeah, it is an attack roll. So
Okay.
I believe I do throw. So I roll this one, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, 17.
Go ahead and roll damage. What type of damage is it, by the way?
Radiant.
Okay.
17 radiant damage.
17 radiant damage? Wow.
It's a lot of damage.
So
Yeah.
you run up and you put one hand on Pietro's leg, and then hold out your hand and fire a guiding bolt of radiant energy that takes the form of a golden ball of, let's say, beer. And
the foaming
It looks
head
like a
comes out of your
golden,
mom's amulet.
a golden
and-
bottle of whiskey that's like being wielded like a club.
There you go.
And it smashes into the side of this thing's face, knocking its cowl back, and it screeches. It just goes, and you see that it's actually on fire now. And it lets go of Pietro. It falls to the ground. It's trying to like claw its head, and it's actually succeeding at it because it's using its claws. And you see like dark red blood coming off of its head as it scrambles and frantically like tries to put itself out and screeches and slows, stops. It's dead.
Alrighty. Durin's gonna look down where he's holding on Pietro's leg and kind of shake, brief shake, and go, "Wake up, lad!"
So you can wake up once the condition or once the terror has passed. There's no need to check for a condition or anything like that. You can wake him up fairly easily. Now that this thing has flayed its own head and is no longer covered by the cowl, you see that it is pale and yellowed. It's got one eye that looks like it's black, and the other eye looks like it's red, and you're not entirely sure where the black or the red starts and where it ends. It's definitely got those cracked, gross yellow teeth. It looks gaunt, but like dirty. It's not pale, but only because it's covered in so much gross that it can't be pale. The gross has given it another color. Also, it's covered in blood, and the blood is very dark red.
That thing touched me.
I touched, and then you touched it.
I did. I reached out and touched that thing.
Do you still want that hand?
You know what? I'm not sure. But thank you, Sir Dwarf, for rescuing me. I appreciate it. It's not every day I get to be rescued by such a handsome gentleman.
Durin's gonna kind of give Pietro a blank look and be like, I'm sure.
As you're
Very
talking to
used
each other,
Pietro's shenanigans.
as you're talking to each other, there's a sudden smell. It gets much worse. Much worse. And you look over at
look
the
at the
body
creature.
and see
Oh,
that it's
liquidating.
melting.
It's liquidating. Yay! High five, Durin. You're now part of the I just liquidated an enemy club.
Durin's going to absent-mindedly return the high five and be like, well, I believe we've got some idea on where these missing dock workers have been going.
Where do you suppose it was dragging me to, anyways? Is there like, I don't know, like a sewer entrance or something nearby that it was
Durin
kind of
is
heading
going
towards?
to... Durin's going to take this moment here, and I meant to do this when we last met the creature. He's going to reach down and perform tremor sense.
Tremor
And
sense.
see if... Yes.
Okay.
See if there's any
Ooh.
sort of underground shenanigans going. Is there anything moving beneath us, like in the sewers? Since I've obviously going to move towards where it was dragging Pietro, since you said it was trying to take him to the end of the alley. Going to go down there, see if there's any sewer holes, anything like that, and then perform tremor sense.
Okay. There is definitely a sewer hole. It's a grate at the end of the street. It's kind of off to the side. Your tremor sense doesn't detect anything unusual. What's the radius on that, by the way?
The radius on the tremor sense is 60 feet.
Okay. It does not detect anything unusual within that radius.
Of where it was dragging.
Of where it was dragging him. Correct, yes.
Okay. And there's, like, that tremor sense applies to underground and anything that's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
What do the
Okay.
buildings look like around this part?
So you're kind of off of the docks area. The buildings around this part look like pretty well maintained. Not too many windows necessarily. Or if there are windows, they're mostly on second floors. Lots of blank walls. The streets are relatively clean and clear, except for the fact that there's now a melting body in the middle of it.
Now a melting gunge pile. Nice. Excellent. Appreciate that.
It looks like a fairly well-traveled part of the city, but for the fact that right now it's late at night and there's not too many people about. In fact,
I was about
there's
to say,
nobody
are there
about.
any other... Yeah, is it just me, Pietro, and Puddle Man?
In this particular part of the street, yes.
Any
All right.
conspicuous alleys?
Well, it was dragging you down.
It was
that
dragging
said
you
inconspicuous
towards...
alley.
Well, it was dragging you towards the end of the street that you're on, where you do see a sewer grate, which is 4x4 hole in the ground with bars across it.
Okay. There wouldn't happen to be like, is it locked or something?
You don't see any lock on it.
Okay. It's just a barred grate. Okay.
Correct.
Durin's going to take this
If
moment.
only
to
I
look-
had my crowbar.
Yeah.
That fucking crowbar.
That is going to be the Chekhov's gun of this adventure. I swear to God, it's going to show up later at a critical moment. Durin's going to look to Pietro and say, "I believe we should get the others."
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I have some things to share when we get everyone rounded up.
I got a few ideas of my own.
And as you head back into the fight ring to gather up everybody and share with them what you know,
Oh, I ain't going back in there. That's gonna be a fucking rabbit madhouse. I'm gonna wait outside.
we are going to end there for tonight.
Alrighty.
So,
Excellent.
Next time we're
So-
going delving into the sewers, are we?
Probably.
maybe.
I'll need to do a long rest before then. So definitely not undead. Very interesting. Very interesting.
But, yeah. I apologize that not everybody got to do things today. But goddamn it, 30 kept rolling so well.
That's all right. I am here to not be the center of attention, and that's fine.
You're really leaning into the Saoirse's gimmick here, just gone, like missing.
But yeah, next time we'll see what everybody discovers. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a good time. Thank you everybody for playing. Hope you enjoyed and had a good time.
Yeah.
We will be back not in 2 weeks because Mal will not be here, but probably in 3. So
Yep.
make sure to tune in. As always, check out the other things that we've done. Have a great night
Also-
and a great weekend.
Also, go watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
Go watch
great
K-pop
movie.
Demon Hunters.
Oh yeah, that's on my list.
That's definitely not
Fantastic movie.
any kind of
Also-
inspiration at all for this campaign. Not even a little bit. It's
What?
not, actually. I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, it only came out like a couple weeks ago.
But thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Asta.
Hi.
We need a